tearing down our minimalist on our tour of models today, and we want to give you a tree saver band tutorial as an online manual. This is our tree saver band. We call it that because it preserves the trees from any harm. We were the first ones to think of this. Other hammock users and other inventors have picked this up also, but we're happy to take care of the trees. We like to think of our project as being very green. This is our 1-inch, approximately 4,400 pound breaking strength tree saver band that we use for our minimalist and our alpha, our one plus person tents, our hunter's nest. It involves a 4-inch turn back, and you can see this in our tree saver band diagrams on the photo archives page at the link there. Heavily stitched. The stitching at least surpasses the strength of the band itself. We've used up several wraps today. We have one of these at each end. It's very simple, a 4-inch loop at each end, and you can use either end at any time. You can go around the tree either way, clockwise or counterclockwise, and many times that will affect your angle towards your tent when you're looking to frame your triangle within the triangle of trees. Sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. What we've learned to do is when we install these, on the very last wrap, however many wraps we make, we put one little hitch right through, just tuck it through itself, and that's just so it won't fall down when we walk away. We used to just wrap it up and kind of try to hold it and get it to stay there. We'd walk away to do the next one and it would fall down. So we put one hitch through. Now that tightens up quite tight, and we usually recommend no knotting in these, but this one little hitch through the last loop can be stripped out very simply just by pulling straight out from the tree and walking it back, usually by a half or quarter turn. There's a half turn, it comes completely loose, and again without any harm. And then we take the tree saver band off the tree, and again we could have done it the other way for a different angle, clockwise or counterclockwise. And just to show you again, another thing is, you'd usually think, and our tent was out this direction from us, that you would put your joint facing toward your tent, the angle of the tent, but that doesn't have to be the case. If you want to adjust length, you can move the whole band around and change your lengths to any point on the tree, and usually when you put tension on, it won't slip, or if it's going to slip, it'll slip when you first try it. So anywhere around the tree, from either direction, as many or as few wraps as you need for your setting. And that's the simplicity of our tree saver bands. The exact same loop on either end, 10 foot long. Now these can also be linked together. We suggest never under any circumstances should you, let me just take this one down again and I'll demonstrate. We've got that one loop and it's tight for sure, but if you just walk it back, by the time you've gone a quarter turn or a half turn, it'll come right loose. And you'll notice again, no harm to the tree whatsoever. There may become times in a really long setup, I didn't prepare for this, so there's not one right at hand, but I'll go ahead and take off my foot end. The foot end tree saver band is the one that uses a carabiner. And you set your foot end length. This one we've only gone around the tree once and no more wraps because we needed to move our platform out this way so that it would be at the right angle to the headside trees. This one uses a carabiner to clip to the foot end of the tree. And at this time we've let it come right toward the setup, but it could have been moved around the tree, the joint, to adjust the length if you needed it. And then what I was going to show you, in really long setups, you can link tree saver bands together with a carabiner, or if you got a really big tree to go around and then you still need more tree saver band to get to your tent, you can do this. Under no circumstances should you ever do this. One loop through the other, tying them together. It might look like a good idea, but with the kind of tension we use to set up Treez tree tents, this will lock together and you'll never get it apart again. So if you're ever going to link up tree saver bands, or we can also build you custom length tree saver bands if you've got a certain setup that's really wide. Real wide setups are a little more springy. Some people find that really fun. And there are other tricks with tree saver bands. For instance, if you have a real long one, like this one was, and the other two were short, you may need to set it a little higher to get the feel of level in your rig than actual level. But that's something you learn quickly and intuitively. So our tree saver bands for the Omega, over there behind me, are 6,600 pound, 2-inch polyester static straps, and these are 4,400 pound. And hopefully that gives you some clues. You can also look at the diagrams on our website on tree saver band use. Thanks.